So most people when predicting MVP this year either have Kawhi Leonard, James Harden, maybe Russell Westbrook repeating, and a few people think that LeBron is going to win. In this video, I'm going to be talking about 5 dark horse predictions for the MVP award. These guys are all guys I think have a legit chance of winning the NBA MVP, but they're not at the very top of the odds when you're looking at Vegas. When you're looking at bookmakers, they're not near the top, but I think that they could surprise everyone and have a chance of winning MVP. At number 5, we've got John Wall. John Wall is getting better year after year. In the 2016-17 season, he averaged 23.1 points per game, 10.7 assists. He's probably the best true point guard in the NBA. And if the Wizards somehow end up as the first seed in the East, which I think has a much better chance of happening than people think, John Wall could definitely be in the conversation for MVP. At number 4, we have got Kyrie Irving from the Boston Celtics. Kyrie Irving has a point to prove, and again, just like Wall, his team could end up in the first seed in the East. As the primary ball handler, Kyrie Irving could bump his assist numbers up to 7 or 8 a game, while also bumping his scoring numbers up. Him, Gordon Hayward, Al Horford, and the rest of the Celtics team could be a legit threat to the Cleveland Cavaliers. And I think that if Kyrie Irving averages above 25 points, close to 10 assists per game, and even though he's not a great defender, if he even plays any defense at all, and the Celtics are the 1 seed in the Eastern Conference, don't be surprised to see this guy in the top 3 in MVP voting next year, and who knows, he could end up winning it. And number 3 is going to be a controversial one, and it's Blake Griffin. Blake Griffin hasn't stayed healthy since... I can't even remember the last time Blake Griffin stayed healthy for a full season. But Blake Griffin was an MVP candidate about 5 years ago. I think in the 2012-2013 season or the 13-14, I can't remember. He was 3rd behind LeBron and Kevin Durant in MVP voting. And I think that the departure of Chris Paul will actually help Blake Griffin's stats. I know you might be saying, oh, Chris Paul was the best passer in the NBA. He was giving him assists. The thing is that just purely based on passing, Milos Teodosic is as good, if not better, than Chris Paul. He's also going to dribble the ball less than Chris Paul did, and he's going to pass the ball to Blake Griffin a lot more, and he's going to shoot a lot less than Chris Paul did. So Blake Griffin's going to get more touches, still has one of, if not the best passer in the world giving him the ball. Lob City's going to be still alive, and if the Clippers end up as the 3rd or 4th seed in the West, which, while unlikely, is definitely possible, we could see Blake Griffin in conversations for MVP all the way down to the wire next year. At number 2, we've got GIANNIS Antetokounmpo. The Milwaukee Bucks are yet another team that could well end up as the first seed in the Eastern Conference. And while the Eastern Conference has a lot less star power than the Western Conference, there's a lot of really good teams in the East that actually play well as a team. The Milwaukee Bucks are one of them. Obviously, there's the Bucks, there's the Wizards, there's the Celtics. We don't know what they're going to do. There's the Cavaliers. Even though they don't have any stars, the Miami Heat are a great team. And you just never know what some of the other teams are going to do. You never know what the Sixers are going to be like. So the East isn't as weak as people are saying right now. It's not as star heavy. There's not as many stars, but I don't think it's as weak. But anyway, that's not the point. GIANNIS Antetokounmpo could average close to a triple-double. Last year, averaged 22.9 points, 8.8 assists, and 5.4 rebounds per game. If he wanted to, he could probably get that up to 10 rebounds per game, considering the fact he's long and 7 foot tall. He shot 52% from the field, even though he only shot 27.2% from 3. If he bumps up to 35% and bumps his points per game up to maybe 25, assists closer to 10, rebounds closer to 10, then all of a sudden, if the Bucks are the number 1 seed in the East, this guy's your front runner for MVP, because he did something similar to what Russell Westbrook did last year, and suddenly the Bucks are looking in much better shape than the Thunder did last year, because he's got players around him. GIANNIS Antetokounmpo has a legit chance of winning, but I don't think he has as good a chance as the next guy. And number 1 is a guy who, if his team ends up clicking, he will more than likely win MVP in my opinion, and it's Anthony Davis. Remember how Anthony Davis started off last season? He started off with like 50 plus points in like 2 of his first 3 games or something. Anthony Davis is arguably the 2nd best player in basketball. The fact is that years ago people were saying he was the 2nd best, and then it kind of stopped. People stopped talking about how good he was. Last year he averaged 28 points per game, 11.8 rebounds, and 2.2 blocks per game. And the Pelicans are one of the biggest what-if teams in the NBA. What if Anthony Davis and DeMarcus Cousins start firing on all cylinders? What if Rondo and Drew Holiday together in the backcourt ends up being great? You've got 2 playmakers, you've got 2 great scorers on the inside. And what if they end up as the 4th seed in the West? which I don't think is going to happen. I have a feeling that Anthony Davis and the Pelicans won't even make the playoffs, but if everything clicks, they could go as high as 4 or 5 in the West. And if that's the case, and Anthony Davis puts up better numbers than last year, he's definitely going to be there or thereabouts in the MVP race. So anyway, that's the video. These are 5 dark horse predictions for MVP in the 2017-2018 season. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.